I picked him up, he didn't want up anymore. And then when I put him down, he's like, "How dare you?"
That's typical
And then
cat
when I put
behavior.
him down, he's like, "How dare you?"
That's typical
And then
cat
when I
behavior.
put him down, he's like, "How dare you?"
Oh, we got echo. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. We're live and all that jazz. All right, so what were we doing last time? You guys went into the desert, to a desert temple. You were looking for the gloves of transference, right?
Yeah.
And so you...
I should probably write down that I have those.
Probably be a good idea, because I'm not going to remind you that you have them.
I
Because I will forget.
This is my paperwork's a mess, though. I eventually will have to like redo Melody's sheet because it is everywhere.
They make this thing called Excel, and it's really great for organizing stuff.
That's great and all.
I highly recommend. Yes, you can use OpenOffice. It's free.
I also believe your cat may agree with Mike.
Yeah, most cats do. Yeah, 9 out of 10 the cats agree. Mike's right. Yep, that's 90%. It's pretty good.
There's always the one.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the one, right? It's like that one dentist who doesn't agree that like Colgate's good for you. Why doesn't he agree? I'm curious. I would like to know his reasons.
Because he has stocks in other toothpaste companies.
Yeah, you're right.
Because if 10 out of 10, because if 10 out of 10 dentists said yes, then no one would believe it.
Yeah,
The sugar company pays well.
Maybe he likes gingivitis. Who knows?
Yeah,
or maybe they're all in on it, and there is a superior toothpaste brand, but the other dentist wanted to make money, and he's the one honest guy.
Yeah, yeah. It's the what is it? The they were that was a movie with Brad Pitt, the zombie movie, and they talk about the 11th man. Yeah. The 11th man. You know, the one guy who's proposes the crazy thing, and you prepare for it because maybe the crazy thing is the right thing. Anyways, I digress.
Toothpaste conspiracies. That's what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, toothpaste. Okay. Yes. Listen, man. The toothpaste companies are run by a cabal of shape-shifting llamas. Okay. It's fact. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if the cat agrees with you, then I'm sorry. I guess we're just gonna have to go with it.
Yeah. Look, their goal is to prove the square Earth theory. All right. So.
We're killing the cat. What?
No.
Is it a hobo cat?
No, he has a home. He's very well taken care of.
All right. So, you guys traversed the temple, and you fought a myriad of things. There was sort of this.
We spent most of the time talking about water.
Talking about water, yeah. There was some sort of aqueous demon that you fought. And when it was all said and done, like I said, you got the gloves, and so that's where we left off. You got the gloves. Melody sort of affixed her soul back appropriately into her body, and you guys are still here in the temple in the heart of it.
Russian nesting dolls, except with soul pieces.
Yeah. So yeah, what's next? I mean, you guys are just exiting the temple.
Fiamma's gonna go up to Gray. And kind of like quietly be like, hey, how hard do you think it'd be for you to take down a pillar?
Probably not that hard.
This sounds
dangerous. Yes. Yeah. Exciting. Also, yes.
I mean, if we could take down a pillar, that's a pretty cool angel statue, and I'm kind of a hoarder, so.
Where are you gonna put it?
In my room!
How are you getting it out?
The guild hall. I don't know. Can we glove of transference it back to the town?
No, it's the glove of transference is for souls. It's the statue itself is not a soul.
I mean, it's art. It's definitely got soul.
Were you gonna transport Jimi Hendrix?
Thinking of jazz.
It's fine. I tried.
So what are you guys trying to do?
Fiamma's gonna recommend everyone but Gray leave quickly.
Okay.
Do you explain your plan to the group?
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna take this temple out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, alright, I'm leaving.
Doesn't no one asks what his purpose for taking it out is?
I kind of figure it was because, like, this place kind of sucks and we don't want to have to fight that thing again.
It's just because this place sucks. Yeah.
I think on player level, Danny's like, Mike's used this temple twice now, and I don't want to play here ever again.
No,
Oh, yeah,
that
you have
also
used this
sounds-
the second time, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you
I mean,
guys,
what purpose would we have for it staying up?
you guys
They
traipsed around
desecrated the fountain.
the upper section last time, so you were never in the bowels of it. But, yeah. So
But yeah, Fiamma's gonna recommend that, and then she's gonna stand around.
yeah. So I mean, what does the rest of the group say? You guys gonna leave or what's up?
Yeah.
What does
I'm
Clan-
not
what
going
does-
to be here while they literally drag it to the ground. That
what
sounds
does-
like a terrible
What
idea.
does Clancy say?
Clancy is injured and wants to get the fuck out.
Clancy
This
wants
is
to
right
lift the
after the
pillar
fight.
while they're pulling it down.
He is still very hurt.
Yeah, all right. I wanna. Before we leave, I wanna look around and see if there's anything worth taking besides those gloves.
Sure. I mean, there's skulls, there's chains. There are no other magical artifacts. So I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to stuff some chain into your, bag or some skulls, you're welcome.
Maybe
to do
not
that.
recommend taking the skulls, although,
I don't think I'm taking anything out of this place. Yep, I'm just gonna peace out then.
if even I left the skulls there, that should say something about the location.
Yeah. What about Gatrin?
I'll just put my hands in my pockets and kind of put it alone.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you guys start making your way out, and you don't really encounter any issues. It takes a little while because you're gonna have to climb your way back up those stairs and across the chasms and the whatnots and the hoo-has and the whatevers.
There's hoo-has here.
Yeah, hoo-has. Yeah, stone hoo-has for sure.
I'll take a stone hoo-ha
Yeah.
for stone things. Like,
So you're exiting the cave and the fountain here. It's all dried up because you guys fucked with it too hard. Yeah.
I pat my bag knowing I have half a jar of it left.
Yeah. Cool. Do you guys want to do anything before you exit? Those of you that are exiting.
No, there's really nothing to do.
All right.
I would like to look around for more valuable things.
I mean, there's stone.
Stone hoo-has.
Yeah. We could posit that some of the. Well, no, because no, it wouldn't. I was gonna say the ground could be moist or wet, but Fiamma set it on fire, so not even that would be there. Yeah, I mean, there's some rope and some boards on the the walkway you walk down to get out. You know,
Also, no.
yeah, can't help you.
It's like there's
oh,
a
some
gum
sweet
wrapper.
boards.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing of terrible interest, but there you are. All right, so you guys exit. How far out do you go from the entrance of the cave?
Far enough to be sufficiently safe.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So then, let's go back in here. So it's just Fiamma and Gray in here now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna look at Gray and I'm gonna be like, I need you to break as many pillars as you can without it collapsing.
Sure.
And then while he's doing that, I'm going to pull out my barbed mithril. I'm
Okay.
going to start using my hands to shape it into a
All
hammer.
right. Give me a strength roll, James.
No memento, so. Let me pull this up. So.
Strong, poor food war.
Whoops, that's too many dice. That would
All
have.
the strong.
He's like, I'm extra strong today. Feeling it.
I mean, is that allowed? Can we just feel stronger and you?
11.
Yeah. So, and a lot of this, I would almost say this is a Ben Bars lift gates kind of move, where basically you're getting the thing you want, right? So yeah, you destroy the pillars in just the right fashion to where that like you destroy enough of them to where it's just barely standing. Like one more pillar goes and it's over, sort of thing. So,
Okay.
and
I leave now?
and you
What?
do it
I'm
you
leaving
do it
now.
pretty quickly. So you do it in less than an hour.
Oh. I guess that's quick, yeah.
Thank you very much, Gray. You should leave now.
Okay, werewolf out. Whee!
Do you run with your hands behind your back?
Yes, while on fire.
He's looking for Area 51. Don't mind him.
Yeah.
Sure it's dark in this cave.
Yeah, so the rest of you're standing outside, and then you just see a flaming werewolf with his arms behind his back, Naruto running out of the out of the temple, saying "we" for sure.
I have no idea what he's doing. Whee! She's doing whee!
Yep.
I have the power of God.
Yeah, and so Fiamma, how much longer do you wait after he leaves?
I give it like 10 minutes so you can at least get what I think is fairly close to the entrance.
Okay.
I'm away.
That also gives me time to finish the hammer.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna walk up to one of the pillars.
Yeah.
As I'm doing so, I'm gonna pull the flame orb out of my bag,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna hit the pillar.
Okay. Roll on strength, I guess.
10.
Yeah. I mean, you knock it out.
Well, pillar gone.
Cool. And as it's crumbling, I toss the flame orb behind my back and walk in.
You leave it in here.
Yep.
Okay. So
I guess walk's not right. Run out.
yeah, let's roll a dex because this place is coming down around you for sure.
Well, excuse me.
8.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, it's coming down as you're running out, and you're gonna kind of struggle, right? And so as you're coming out, 1 damage, of course. Thanks, dice gods.
That tracks.
Dice are not with you
No.
today.
Yeah, you take one damage as a pebble like hits you on the side of the face.
Your ego's bruised more than
Yeah.
your body.
Yeah, and does nothing
Well, no.
to
Here's the real crap shoot on this too, right? It's an odd number, which I believe means you get to like possibly heal from it, right? Isn't there some sort of like stipend where if you take odd
Yes,
damage?
I have
Yeah.
to roll a 1d4,
Yep.
and that
Oh
doesn't
my
matter.
goodness. Wow.
Because I can choose to either add that to my burning brand or heal it.
Yeah.
I can only roll at least a 1. I just strut out, a rock hits me on the head, I don't even flinch.
Yeah. And so yeah, I
You
mean
look up and explode it with your mind.
the place is crumbling around you, and let's see. Let's go to there we go. Yeah, it's and you guys see as Fiamma was walking out, the whole thing just sort of collapsing. The whole like mountain is collapsing as Fiamma walks out, and so Fiamma walks out. The place is in shambles, and there's dust everywhere from the collapse. I mean, does anyone ask any questions, or do you just like you shrug your shoulders and go on?
I'm gonna go shrug my shoulders and go on, because this is not the first time we've seen it, and I have no reason to think otherwise.
Yeah. Okay.
I hold my fist out for a fist bump.
Yeah.
Fiamma shakes it. She's not familiar with the fist bump.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, do you just kind of look down at it and then just like hold your hand out and just like this? Hello? Oh crap. Do I have internet? I have internet.
Oh, there he
Okay,
is.
that's weird. Yeah,
It's a mic.
yeah.
Yes, I just disappeared. Fade out.
I thought for half a second maybe there was an organized troll where you were all just were like, and froze. You know, I was like,
Hey, you know what we got to set up for next time?
yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, yeah. So with the fist pump, yeah, if Yamas just reaches out and sort of grabs the ball of the hand, and shakes it up and down.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. And yeah. So you guys are leaving the desert. Yeah. So off in the distance, there's Hugo. Is that his name? He's got a name. Hold on.
Hugo, bro.
The dude.
The cart driver.
Yeah, the cart driver. Gotta find his name. But he was in Macrotier. Yep, Hugo.
Hugo Boss, the car.
Yeah. So Hugo obviously is seeing all this go down, and you guys come walking up, and he's like, "What happened?"
It was a fireplace.
He says, "It collapsed."
You mean we made it collapse?
Oh, hold on. He's like, we should probably go then, right? Someone's bound to notice that, aren't they? Yes? No?
I
Who
doubt
else
it.
is
Look
out
at this
here in the
place.
desert?
He says, yeah, maybe. Okay, well, I guess where to next? And as you sort of pull out and look at the map, I guess. So,
Fiamma make sure to loudly exclaim, "It's a shame there wasn't anything valuable in there."
and I see
I
everyone
don't
just...
remember what the fuck we were doing before this, so.
We went on a side quest.
well, no, you were on your way to the Minotaur capital, right? That's
Yeah,
There's
capital, and then she had her freak out moment, and
Yeah.
we went off, trying to find her shadow demon.
Yeah. So you guys had stopped in Cyoberan, and Melody's character went nuts, right? And then she became a skeleton, and then she became a naked man.
I remember all that.
Yeah. And you guys had gotten a hot tip while you were in that town briefly, that there were these treasures in a desert temple, and so you basically, after dealing with the Melody stuff, went there. Now you did on your way there bypass this town of Lycinace, and so you're sort of down here in this sort of little peninsula, desert, whatever. And so I would assume, dangerous of me to do so, I would assume that you were going to continue your journey onto the Minotaur capital. I guess the question is, do you visit Lycinace on your way there, or do you bypass that entirely?
I say we fuck with the town of Lycinace.
Yep, time for another village to burn.
For sure.
Whoa.
I mean, assist.
All right. So yeah, as you make your way north to the town of Lycinace, it's still just all desert, and so you're about a day's ride out from there. So it takes you a little while to get there. You arrive the next morning, and this is the town. So you arrive at the outer wall, and there are some guards out there, and the doors are shut, obviously. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of traffic in or out. I guess maybe somebody roll some discern realities.
Are there guards on these walls?
Like walking across the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
like
on the
there,
roll of
there,
11.
there would be
I know
patrols.
Nothing.
Do they see us, approaching this, or do we have to like knock on the fucking door to be?
They see.
let
Well,
in?
there's guards outside the doors too, right? So I mean,
So the Minotaur guards?
no. Yeah, Fiamma getting the 11, and Gray not so much. Gray's picking his nose. Fiamma,
These fucking goblins.
nah. So when you roll up, I think Fiamma notices first something that is a little different about this town. All the guards seem to be Fey, so there's some elves. There are some like Naga, like a succubus, and so that's what's at the gate. Also, you notice these banners across the top, and their emblem is vaguely familiar. You seem to remember seeing this emblem on some flyers.
Yeah, when we blacked out that town.
In Macrotier.
Yeah.
Yep, he was right. Time to burn down the whole town.
So I guess the question is Fiamma noticing things? Does Fiamma like share her observations?
Miss, this town is run by Amcor.
I don't like this place.
Skirt around.
I'm kind of feeling it.
Gray immediately
Yeah, I
transforms into a werewolf and beats down the door. Nah, I'm joking.
All right, done, man. Miss is
No.
ghosting into the desert.
We come into view of the town and then we fade directly back out. Like a
If
mirage.
Stanley was here, I'd
Are we
just
ever
tell him
in-
to turn into a dragon and breathe fire over
Hey, you, who
everything.
goes there? Nobody. You didn't see us. Bye.
Yeah,
That's probably the best idea to not go here right now.
I
yeah.
feel like this is a bad city to be in.
This is a fucking 3-episode slog fest is what it is.
I feel like there's magical items here, but
Oh, there's
Duh,
definitely
it's a
magical
fucking
items.
city full of Fae.
Yeah.
That
Well-
hate everybody but Fae. Who's here is Fae?
Melody is Faye.
I changed my name to Faye.
Fiamma, while not Faye, is Faye-esque. Clancy is kind of
Definitely half Faye.
half Faye, yeah. Technically Mist, half
He would be right because he's half god.
half
so
Faye-esque.
I'm a little more on board with going in now that I realize this.
the
I
wolf
still don't think
and
this is gonna be good.
and the dwarf have no faith
You know what?
whatsoever.
I don't want to perpetuate the main story. Let's fuck with Mike. Let's go fuck with this village.
Yeah, let's go.
You fuck it.
Don't worry. The wolf is Faye by proxy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I guess the
What
question is knowing what you know, Gray, do you just enter? Do you go in wolf form to try and enter?
I mean, the worst that could happen is I go in wolf form, and yeah, why not? I mean, there's Naga here. I'm pretty sure it's the worst that could happen.
All right. So yeah, I mean, roll
I
for your
burned
wolf
down
wolf form, I
another
guess.
What's the day?
So today, oh yeah, timeline.
Tuesday.
Today is the
Tuesday.
nope. It's the
Dang it.
morning of Saturday, June 26th. It is a half moon. You get a +1.
That's all I needed to know. And
Lance is gonna lean over to Gotcha and be like, "Now listen, I don't know how much Faye dealings you've had.
okay, so I got
They're
that.
here.
Needed to know that number.
Punch them all.
We with. Whew, here we go.
Okay.
That's good enough.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you wolf out.
As we're riding up, Clancy's actually gonna take off his head.
Oh,
Okay, nice.
well.
Yeah. So now your driver, the halfling Hugo, once you get closer, he kind of starts noticing things aren't super kosher, and he's like, "Guys, I don't think we should go in here."
Stay outside then.
He says, "Out here in the desert."
Well, it's that or you can go in.
It's like,
There's a nice hot meal in there, and
Oh,
another
God.
cold.
he says, "I don't." God, this is gonna be terrible.
What's
Um,
the
Kind
worst
of turn
that
my
could
head and
happen?
go. He might be the meal.
Yeah. Yeah. So you get up, and an elf and a succubus start approaching your cart.
A succubus, you say?
Yeah. And the elf says, "Halt there."
Halt this, and I grab my crotch.
Word.
Do you really?
No.
He says, "What business do you have in this town?"
Arrest.
Shelter, food, and pleasure? I don't know.
He says, kind of looks at your group, and he says, "We don't allow dwarves in this town."
Racist.
He's a
Who you
magical
calling a
door.
dwarf?
Somebody, let's see. You know what, Mist? Can you spout some lore, possibly?
Sure. What's that on? Intelligence or
Yeah,
wisdom?
intelligence.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. You're talking. You start talking out your ass, and
Cool.
they're like, "You, quiet."
Can I roll on charisma to make them believe my bullshit?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, they believe all of it.
Okay, so what do you say about Gotrin that would make them let him in?
If that didn't work, I was just gonna say he was my meal.
I was gonna say, look at his eye. Obviously, that's what controls the dwarf body. It's the
Oh.
soul of a
I
fae.
start doing the robot.
That thing doesn't like dwarves either. That's why it took over that shitty body. As I poke him.
So he Gotrin, he looks over you and he kind of peers into your eye, and he's like squints, and he says, "You want some dirt wine?"
Oh, God
I
dang it.
just blankly look at him and don't move.
He says, "Yeah, no dwarf can turn down dirt wine. He's all right. You can let him through."
Oh, that could have been terrible.
And he says, "Wait. The halfling."
Stooge.
Um,
Can you put him in the stables?
he says,
For that is what he is to us.
"We'll have to put a shackle on him as he walks in."
Fine.
And he goes like, "Whoa, shackle! Whoa!"
No, you misheard. He said shackle.
He says,
You
you know what? I'm going to be paid more for this."
10
You're already
gold.
being paid a
in
fortune.
hand.
He's like, "Fine." And he heals his arms, and then the elf motions to the succubus, and she walks away for a second, and comes back with some shackles. These shackles are made of sort of like almost like an anodized blue metal. Yep. And she just sort of sets them on his hands, and then they close themselves around his hands.
This feels like an impaled down scene.
That's fine. He's expendable.
And she says, "We'll remove the shackles when you leave."
Okay.
Yep. And then he motions up to the top to someone, and then one of the gates starts to open. And
Okay.
and then as you continue to walk in, he stops you, Miss, and he says, "Now, we're not opposed to humans, but maybe you could show us a little bit of magic."
Okay.
How's this?
How do I roll to partially change my arm into wood?
You'll roll on. I think we advise you to roll on Dex for that. So
I believe that's true.
Yeah.
I was looking that up. Motherfucker. Alright, so I'm gonna burn a hold so that at least one of my fingers turns to wood.
yeah, okay, yeah, and it's enough, right? They're like, I mean,
Impressive.
they're like, I mean, it's some pretty paltry magic, but fine. And you guys make your way in. Yeah. So as soon as you enter the town, you do see the architecture is very different. There are a lot of phage all over the place. There are some humans. There are no minotaurs or dwarves, and so
No minotaurs.
no. Huh?
Would they not be considered fairy folk creature?
Yeah, but I think something dastardly has went on here.
Well, minotaurs were part of the people that were wiping out the Fae and the rest of the magic users.
But not all minotaurs are bad.
I mean, that's how racism works.
Yeah,
He got you there.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's some old guy somewhere in the corner going, them shifty minotaurs.
is there a blind minotaur that's walking around that thinks he's a fae?
no, no, there's no self-hating minotaurs. You know, he doesn't pull the cloak off and someone's head explodes. All right,
He's like, yeah, get out of here, Minotaurs.
he didn't divorce his wife for being a minotaur lover.
Oh, this is not going well. Just gonna
So,
say.
I'm gonna instantly ask where the best magic is sold here.
Yeah. So you're just walking down the street and you ask any stranger you see.
I asked the ones that don't look like idiots.
Okay.
Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, roll discern realities for.
It's a town full
catching-
of racists.
catching a
They're
good
probably
one.
all stupid.
All the good stuff here.
Yeah, it's an 8.
Yeah, you found somebody who's like halfway knowledgeable.
Sweet.
And they're like, oh yeah, there's magic shops all over the place. She says, you might want to check the back district, and so she indicates sort of like back up this way. She says, yeah, if you go past the Coliseum and up on the ridge, there's a nice magic shop up that way. Might have some things you'd enjoy.
All right, I'll go that way.
Yeah. So Miss starts heading that way. What does everyone else doing?
Of course, I'm going for the magical items, and then possibly the Coliseum.
Okay.
Clancy's gonna find the nearest
Sure.
bar.
Not the bar.
Yeah.
I've
Gotcha.
got gigs to play.
I follow,
That's right, he's a bard, man.
follow along,
I am too. I just
doing
don't
my robot
typically
walk
do the
behind
thing.
Clancy.
Okay. So you're following Clancy to the bar.
Doctrine the Great. We have plenty of tables to tell.
Yeah. So if you have any Clancy, you guys head to the nearest bar, which is going to be over this way. So let's see if I can expand this. Yeah. Make it larger. Okay.
Those are some nice sand dunes.
Yeah.
Yeah, some solid sand work.
Nice dunes. Right, yeah. So Clancy and Fiamma, Clancy and Gotrin over this way. The rest of you guys start making your way. Technically, what you'll have to do is you'll have to take this route around. So because it is a ledge that surrounds the town. So you'll head around this way and that way. Here again, as you're traversing the town, once again, lots of Fae. A couple of them give maybe missed a bit of a look, but then carry about their way.
Because I have a cloak on and they can tell that looks like a human.
I guess.
I ain't walking around with my my hood up.
Yeah. Well, if they catch you, comes to your face, maybe. So the ones that roll really well on their discern realities, all right?
But if they rolled really well, then they would detect some kind of magical trace on me. If they're
Sure.
fae.
Yeah. Well, they roll an 8, all right? How about that?
Fine.
So, anyways, no one stops you or talks to you, though. Yeah, so you eventually make your way to the shop. And give me like 1 second. Be right back.
If he comes back with a costume or something on, I'm gonna lose my shit.
That'd be hilarious, but I doubt it.
I'm immediately leaving.
When's he ever just left and come back?
I don't know.
I can't wait
Never.
for someone to go into fucking rubble and find the fucking delusion.
I left and came back because we had a family of raccoons just like
Hanging
actively
out,
around.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, you're supposed to basic white girl adopt them.
They were tiny. It was kind of cute, but they were also very mischievous.
First of all, if
Right.
they're tiny and they're babies, mama's around somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you murder mama and steal her babies.
No.
Yeah, and feed them to your cat.
That's what
why
y'all
your
did with
cat was
Simba.
yelling at you.
Just saying.
I'm not my character.
Yeah.
Okay, first.
I didn't
Is there a
murder
raccoon behind you?
anybody.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure I just saw a raccoon jump behind her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No.
It didn't look like a cat.
So yeah. You walk in the magic shop and it's semi busy. There's people walking around looking at all kinds of things. Shop attendants helping people here and there. There's clothing. There's some items here and there. Some trinkets. There's like a shelf, like a shelf glass case with like some stuff inside it, and then there's like things on the wall behind the counter. It's an assortment of stuff. What are you trying to do here?
I walk up to whoever looks like they're running the place, and I ask to see their finest magical items.
So if you walk up to the guy at the counter,
Sure.
he says, welcome to Mischievous Mike's Magic Shop.
I love that name.
Yes. He says, so it's magical items you're here for. Well, you're in the right place, obviously.
Oh my
He
God.
says, all of our items are our finest items. He says, could you possibly tell me if you're looking for something specific?
I won't know till I see it, sir.
He says, He says, well, let's see, a shadowy figure like yourself. Let's see. I know. How about this? And he reaches down into the thing, and he pulls out this amulet. And the amulet is, it's like got a black stone, but it's like so black that it like it's hard to even see it, right? It's almost like it's not
It's a
there.
Vanta Blackstone.
That's what I was about to say.
He says, this item here, when activated, will cause a shroud of darkness to surround you for 5 minutes.
Oh my.
Okay. I'm interested.
He says, yes. And he says, and it can be yours for the low, low price of 65 gold.
And I laugh. What else you got?
He says, I would very much love to help you if you're looking for something specific.
What things do you have in the ring nature?
Well, we have the rings of power. No, I'm kidding.
Done.
He's-
Take one that
Do
makes
we
you
now?
invisible,
he says,
permanently.
yes, these are the rings of power. They don't do what they're supposed to, and everyone hates them.
He's got a tiny monkey paw on the top.
he's there. He says they're poorly made facsimiles of the Tolkien rings of power. No. He says you could leave a comment, but I won't let you.
Oh, jeez.
Damn, Mike, you're on fire today.
Well, that's pretty good.
Anyways.
Jeez, man.
Little rich power stones.
I know. It's anyways. No. He says, okay, yes, we have an assortment of rings here. Yes. So we have this one, and it has like a blue gem on the top. And he says, this one will allow you to breathe underwater for 1 hour. He says,
Interesting.
I want to be a mermaid.
he says, let's see. I have another one here. This one here. It allows you to see in 2 directions at once. It divides your vision in the front and the
Ow.
back of you.
Does it make
feel
you
like I'll
look
throw up.
derpy? Like
He says it can be disorienting. he says, is there a particular power you're looking for? We have a wide collection of things.
Do you have anything that could possibly increase wisdom?
He says, you want a ring for the wise. I see. Let me look around. And he starts fumbling. Yeah, he pulls out like a catalog box and he starts thumbing through. He also says, yes, here's one. Let me see. And he walks around to the other side of the cabinet and rifles through the rings and pulls one out and he walks over. This one is like sort of like just a simple silver band. It has some runes inscribed around it. And he says, yes, this ring here, when you wear it, can increase your wisdom for 2 times a day, just briefly.
All right. What you asking for that?
He says, this one's only about 15 gold.
All right. I'll. Would you do the amulet and this ring for 70 gold?
He says, 70. 72.
70.
He says, 71.
70, man. Come on.
He's like, oh man, you're taking my shirt on this one. He's, I get paid commission, right?
How about I give you 68 and I slide 2 gold just for you under the table?
He says, no, that's still just 70, sir.
Yeah, but the 2 gold you don't have to claim, and you make commission on the 68.
That's still just 70.
He says, if I sell it for 78, my boss will fire me. He says, I may be the manager, but I don't own the establishment.
Fine, 71.
71 it is. You do your transaction, and he gives you the items. Meanwhile, you guys are also looking around the store. What are you doing?
Go ahead.
I want the underwater ring.
So you overhear the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, oh yes, this underwater ring. This can be yours for the low price of 35 gold.
I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously I could definitely afford it, but I'm still interested in the ring, but I'm wondering if you can cut me a deal if I buy something else. Do you have anything for bards, like anything with glamour magic or, charisma?
Yes, I see. A fine elf as yourself. Yes, I know the elves do have the finest of taste. So also, this guy, because we did not establish what his race was, he
Is a penguin.
Nope.
It's a prayer wawa.
Is he brother of the retarded guy that's at our place?
Nah, he's a
The competent brother.
The one that actually deals in real magic stuff?
What happened? Oh, you're talking about the weird kobold.
yeah, no,
guy.
he's a cyclops.
Okay.
And so anyways, he says, yes, I have a let's see, what do we have? And he
Hey, while he's talking, I'm like, sir, may I ask if you have a wife and is she skinny?
He looks at you with his one eye, and he says,
with his one eye.
I don't have a wife, but I do have a partner. And
Cool,
they are of average build, I suppose.
Average build? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then he goes back dealing. He says, anyways, yes, so I have this bangle here, and this bangle, when you put it on, it always keeps your clothes fresh and nice and clean.
I turn instantly and say, how much, sir? I shall use it on our whole party. You smell like shit all the time.
So I'm guessing, would that do anything for my charisma, or?
No.
Ah.
Does you already have a +3 in charisma?
It is.
Yeah, you can't achieve anything more than that.
You can. Artifacts. It's super cool.
So yeah, I mean,
think.
yeah. He says no.
Is there anything else that you know? You seem like a pretty intuitive person. Is there anything else that you think that I would like in this store?
He says, let me see. Yes, I have a cloak here. Yes, let me go, and he rears the shelf and he gets one of those little hooks that like gets things down like in a retail store, and he gets it and he like gets this robe down, and the robe's like it's sort of like, it's funny because when you look at it, some people would swear that it was like black and blue, but other people would probably tell you that it was gold.
It's gold
and white.
God.
Yes.
I can't
That was
deny.
going.
I
Oh
knew
my
it.
gosh.
He gets it down and he says, yes. This is the robe of tomfoolery. And he says, when you wear this robe, it makes it easier to fool others.
I would like that cloak. And you know what? I'll take just because I'll take the bangle and the underwater. All right, what do you want? What's the total? And please cut me a good deal.
He says, yes, well, let's see. The underwater ring was 35. And let's see. For the bangle, that's another 20. It's 55. And then, let's see. For the cloak is 50.
Shit.
So that to be 105 gold total. But since you're such a pretty lady, for you, I can do 103.
100.
102.
Can I roll on charisma and say 100 one more time?
Okay. He says, oh, your group is just killing me in my commission today. You know what? For you, I will do 100, but you have to sing me a song.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Wait, do I have to roll on charisma again for the song?
You have to roll.
Because I got a 14.
Yes, he's going to give it to you for the song regardless, but you still have to sing the song. And
Okay.
it says, let's see.
Hey!
Yeah,
All right.
it's a beautiful song. You turn some
Okay.
heads. You turn some heads in the shop, and he sells you the stuff. Yep.
Do I get a tip from those around me?
No.
Aw, sad face.
Yep. Gray, what are you doing?
Well, I was gonna ask for things, but I feel like I'm gonna get shafted on all the items that have gone. But I'm gonna ask for anything anyway.
Are you looking? So are you asking the same attendant, or are you asking somebody else? Because the store has other employees.
Well, obviously he has the catalog book, so he knows what's here.
Okay, so you just patiently wait.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, he says, yes, a wolfborn. Oh my, I don't think I've heard of your kind, but never actually seen one.
Yeah, you know.
He says,
He sounds like he needs a cough drop.
Scruff
he says, how very peculiar. He says, and what can I do for you, sir?
What stuff you got? I
He's-
heard what you sold them. I know you got something
He
good.
says, well, we have many things here. What are you looking for? Anything particular?
Let's see. Well, I can't do that. Do you have something? Well, I have this ring, and I put it on, and then I take it back off.
He says, oh my.
Yes.
What a
do you have-
wonderful artifact.
Yes.
He says,
It is.
do beg my rudeness, but are you willing
Nope.
to...
Nope.
No?
Nope.
But you haven't even
Nope.
heard my price.
Okay.
He says, what if I were to give you 1,000 gold?
Nope.
He says, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yes, well, let me see. It's such a wonderful ring. You know, what if I have this other ring, similar to that. If you put this ring on, you will be engulfed in a shell of water.
That sounds nice. There it is. Ugh, I lost everything.
Or,
I didn't know where
you'll
everything
stop
was.
breathing and die.
Yes, it will make you quite slippery.
What?
Ew.
That sounds gooey.
It will.
Werewolf. Quite slippery.
Yes, yes.
Like, how does this thing work first?
You'll be always wet. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
James.
that's just.
Always.
He says, "Here,
Can
would you like to
can
try
I
it
try
on?"
it on
Yes,
first?
for sure. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'll try it on. I
Yeah.
swear to God, if I drown,
Yeah,
Mike,
so-
or I turn into a jelly. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and
be
so
very
it's
angry.
as soon as you put it on, sort of a like 1 inch layer of water just like spreads over your entire body, and you're able to breathe through it. I mean, when you open your mouth, then you can your mouth opens and it's just covering like your outside skin. So basically, all of your outer skin becomes like engulfed in a 2-inch layer of water.
Now, if we could get you armor of stone skin, we could have the water wolf, fire, and air. Wolves. You would be the Abba wolf.
Sure, I like this. Do you have any more of them?
He has no.
Preferably one in ice.
He says, "I have no such artifacts other than this one."
Okay.
He says, another artifact you could benefit from. He says, there are only 2 of these in the whole world, and I have one.
Jesus.
And he says, this is a hair clip,
Scam.
and when you put in this hair clip, it will change the color of your hair, or in your case, the fur, to whatever you'd like.
It changes it into whatever I like.
Whatever
I'll
color.
be a werewolf.
Color.
Hot pink werewolf coming in.
I'm listening to this and I start laughing. I'm like, man, I had one of those ones.
So cool.
What? You know what? Okay.
He says, yes.
Well, how much are these 2 items?
Yes. Well, the ring is quite rare, you see. And so,
How much are
the-
these 2 items?
yes, the ring is 200 gold, and then the hair clip I can do for 50 gold.
Mm, mm,
Is that a yes, I hear?
Hmm.
Some deep thinking there.
Yeah.
He says,
I don't-
you know what? For being such a good customer, I can throw in 1 additional item for free.
And.
It's
Okay.
It's a spuffoon.
He says,
I swear to God. I swear
Yeah.
to God, please,
he pulls out a little box and he opens it up.
It's the carving of a turtle.
And he pulls out what looks like a little ball, and he says, "This is an everlasting breath mint."
Fuck.
Are you trying to say my breath stinks?
He says, "I know, as a carnivore, you probably eat lots of meat, which can sometimes lead to unpleasant breath. I'm not saying it's that way now, but I'm saying perhaps you could benefit from one such item."
He's saying you stank.
So it's a total of 250 gold.
Yes.
Call it 230 and we're good.
230. Oh
It's
my god.
230. I know how much gold I can hear. I know how much gold you've just made.
He says, all the items in this shop are worth mind-boggling amounts of money because of what they are. You'll not find this magic anywhere else in the kingdom.
So I do the robot over to an oil can, put some in my hands and rub it under my pits,
Yeah.
and then walk back.
I mean, you're still at the bar, right? So,
Oh, come on, yeah.
yeah.
How
See, I'm
about
gonna lean in
this?
and say, I'll just lend you the 20.
How about this? I know how rare these are right now. How about we move over to the side away from everybody else? Because I know what this is worth right now, and it's not in the entire kingdom. And it's with me. How about I give
What-
you a little fairy dust?
Blech.
I know how rare it is right now, and I
Um,
know how much it's worth.
He's like, roll charisma first of all.
Oh my goodness. Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
You know how much it's worth?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, let me even look for it. Oh, well, okay.
But you also may be
These
trying
are
to peddle
stuff-
fairy dust in the wrong place.
Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
Yeah, the wrong place.
Um,
Go.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. He's a
he,
demand side dealer.
he's like, heavens to Lord, no. He says, my partner is a fairy.
Also, think about what you
Oh,
just offered
what?
him. Everyone here is Fey, and you just basically offered him dust of his own people.
Look, that's not my problem.
No, I'm just
He
saying,
says,
man.
he says the
Look
price
at
is
it.
250 and I will go no lower.
Fine, 250.
And he says, I feel wrong selling it to you in the first place, you cur. And then he gives you the stuff, he takes the change, and he says, yes, well, if that concludes our business, then thank you very much. And he like turns away.
Fiona stops him.
Yeah. And he says, ah, yes, the flame-headed beauty. What is it that I can help you with today, madam?
First, I want to see how much this is worth, and I'm going to pull out the dwarf rune dagger, the frost one.
Yeah, okay. He looks at it and he says, ooh, such craftsmanship. And what does it do?
Well, I can't rightly show you, but if you stab someone with it, it freezes them.
He says, oh, yes, hold on one moment. And he walks into the back room. And he
You're a blood curdling scream.
he's in there for a few minutes. And then he comes back out with like a pig.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
Before he even says a word, I stab the pig.
Okay, yeah, and I mean the pig freezes over, and he says, "My, how very nice." He says,
Not nice for the pig.
"Yes."
I immediately put the hair clip in my head and start turning different colors. Man, this thing's awesome! And I walk out of the shop. Oh no, the colors are getting too much.
He says, "What a where did you get this?"
Friend of a friend.
He says, "Yes, as these things are." He says, "Yes, and you're looking to sell this item, I take it?"
First, I'm going to see how much it's worth.
He
Then
says,
outside.
For an item such as this, I could give you 150 gold.
It's less than I have now, so I think I'll hold on to it for now.
He says, okay. Maybe 160.
You could do a little better than that.
175, and I cannot go any higher.
Sold.
He says, yes. And he takes it and marvels at it for a minute, and then he hands you your money. And he says, anything else I could do for you, madam? Perhaps you have
Yes.
more wares you'd like to sell.
Actually, I'm looking for things.
Yes. What kind of wares are you looking for?
Let's start with the first. Do you have anything that would increase the intensity of fire?
He says, Are you looking to increase its destructive power?
I'm not looking to increase its healing power.
Yes, well, I guess... sorry. Maybe I am not clear. Are you trying to increase its brightness or its damage capacity?
So I can do this, and I light a fireball in my hand,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I want this to hurt.
He says, yes, okay. Perhaps I could help you. And he goes over and he starts rifling through some of the wares. And he grabs a sword and he brings it back, and he says, "Yes, this is the flame scimitar, say of the salamander people. If you channel your fire through this, it will increase its destructive power by an additional D8.
Jeez.
For player level."
That's
And how much for that?
He says, "For an item such as this, I could do 100 gold."
All right, put that on the back burner, and let's talk about the second item.
Yes.
Do you have any form of magical beard oil?
Beard oil?
What?
What would you need? You don't have a beard, I'm afraid.
Firstly, I have one. No, you can't see. Secondly, don't ask questions.
He says, "Yes, well. What, so you're looking for a magical ointment?
Essentially.
Okay. And what would you like it to do?"
How about make a protective coating?
So you're looking for a hardening agent?
Sure.
He says, "Okay. Yes, let's see. Let's see what I have." And he rifles through, and he pulls out a vial. He says, "Yes, I have this here. This oil, when rubbed on any surface, will give it additional strength. +1 armor."
Okay. And how much for that?
He says, "For this, 5 gold."
All right. Just go ahead and set that with the scimitar. Let's talk about the third item.
And what else is it you are searching for?
Do you have anything that a weird, narcissistic psychopath would like?
Oh, okay. Fancy.
He kind of looks around the shop and he says, "I mean, many items in the shop would fit that description. Perhaps you could narrow down your intent for me."
This weird, narcissistic psychopath is a bard and wizard and cleric and druid.
Yes. I think I have just the thing.
It's the spuffoon.
Yeah, and he walks over to where he got the sword from, and he pulls out this sort of weird, like, pink dagger, and he brings it to you and he says, "Ah, yes, this is the dagger of sing-song. Whoever is stabbed with this dagger immediately bursts into song."
Oh my god. You found the
How much
holy
is
grail.
that?
He says,
No.
"For this item, 50 gold."
This is the greatest item out of all of
That
them.
is a deal.
Okay, just wrap that all up and I'll pay you.
Let's see, that's 100, and that's 50, and 155 gold, please.
Here's 160 for being so nice.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I greatly appreciate your patronage. You know, were you not in here with that wolf fellow?
Yes.
Well, I did find his demeanor detestable. I think I have an additional item that he might enjoy. I'd have to see if it works, but could you call him back in?
Why don't you tell me what it is first?
Yes, I think I have an item that could enhance those water powers of his.
I'll be back, and then I'll go find Gray.
Yeah. Gray, do you come back in?
Sure. I thought he hated me though because I did something stupid. Hey, I found out if you put both the rings on, all the steam comes out of me, but it's a terrible idea.
It boils.
I look up, I'm like, what smells like wet dog?
Yes, you could technically be covered in boiling water.
Could we increase the boiling with the boil ocarina?
Shouldn't hurt.
So basically, we have a smoke screen werewolf.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah,
true. That can run.
you come back in, and he's like, yes, the detestable wolf boy. Come here, sir.
Sorry about Ragu. I'm not too smart.
Yes, I would like to try something, if we could. Could you put the water ring on?
Okay, but I said I was sorry already.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you put it on? Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, you're covered in water. And he says, yes, could you hold this knife for me?
Yep. He's gonna
Uh,
fuck you with that dagger. He's gonna make you
Oh,
freeze.
God.
Yeah. So yeah, you do you grab the dagger?
Gray's not smart. You got to remember that.
Set him on fire if he does something stupid. Yes.
Yeah. As soon as you grab the dagger, you are covered in a hard shell of like ice. The water becomes ice, and you have like sort of ice armor, I guess, as it were.
Oh, do I get pluses from that ice armor?
Yeah, you get like a +2 to your armor.
Jesus. Okay.
He says, "Oh yes, excellent. It does work. Yes. Well, you could have this knife for the low price of 200 gold."
No. Well, that's nice, but I don't have 200 gold to give you.
He says, "Oh, such a shame, such a shame. I will hold it here in case you want it later."
Yeah, that's true.
You can always ask for a loan from the Bank of Clancy.
Oh my gosh, Owen Clancy?
Clancy's not here
Yeah,
though.
Clancy's also not here.
Yeah. I'm just reminding you, Clancy's rich.
Yeah.
Hey, Fiamma, let me borrow 200 gold and then just ask Clancy for it. And tell him I pay him back.
Okay. I'll give him 200 gold.
This is a terrible idea.
They're all terrible ideas, but
I'm
here
gonna
we
owe
are.
Clancy 200 gold. What's this thing again? What's this, a knife?
It's
just
it's the freeze dagger that he just
Yeah.
bought off of Fiamma for
So
175
basically,
gold.
you can use it to
Yep.
get freezy armor, or you can stab it into someone and they become frozen.
Freeze what, dagger?
Yeah, the party already had this item and he just sold it. And now
Look,
he's selling it back.
it is
to
what
you.
it is.
Yeah, he did.
It's whatever. I'm sure I'll
It's great.
And since he didn't run that by his boss, he pocket sold him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep, that's
he
pretty
pockets
true.
25 gold for himself. Yeah. He's like, excellent, yes.
I'm gonna
Such a
fucking
pleasure doing business with
Clancy
you.
money. Oh god. Well,
Um,
looks like I'm dancing for Clancy.
and if you don't, he'll just stab you and you can sing.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile,
What
while
if you're talentless? Do you still sound terrible when you get stabbed?
yeah, it doesn't say you sound good. You just sing, right? You just burst into song.
All right.
So let's go over to the bar real quick, right? So Clancy and Gottrin, you guys, you walk into the bar, and so we're cutting back in time a little bit. But you walk into the bar, and like I said, there's all kinds of fae in there. There's like satyrs and fairies. There's some tabaxi, which are like the cat people. There's some shrooments, which are like mushroom people. Cyclops, centaur, shades, mogwai, yeti, succubi, incubi.
There's fucking Mogwai.
Yeah.
Like Gremlins Mogwai.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
find one after dark.
Okay.
I'm gonna feed it now.
So you guys walk in the
Just
bar,
pour
and
water out.
all these things are in there, and you're in there with them. And a succubus walks up and says, "Hello, boys." And then she looks over at the Gottrin, and she's like, "Is that a dwarf?"
It's a fae trapped in a dwarf's body.
Ah, makes sense. You should really find a different body though, because dwarves are so ugly.
Ugly though they may be, their beards are immaculate.
He says, yes, well, perhaps one could cut the beard and make a nice rug out of it. Anyways, what would you boys be drinking?
I would like to sing.
To sing? Yes, sing you shall. Yes, do as you please.
Alright, I'm gonna jump up on whatever semblance of a stage they have.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be loudly belting out a song about a poor, distressed fae trapped in the body of a dwarf.
Okay, sure. Yeah, roll charisma.
That's great.
It's like, beautifully.
Oh, it's super beautiful. In fact, Gotrin, some people will buy you a drink and offer you their condolences.
But it's not dirt wine, so
I give him a
it's hard
wink.
to
Hey, I'm a dwarf. I drink anything.
Yeah,
It really doesn't. I mean, I have preferences, but if it's wet and burns, it's good.
yeah,
That's what she said.
yeah. It seems like the popular drink is, something akin to absinthe. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's green.
What is it called?
It's,
The red fairy instead of green?
It's no, it's green. It's green and it's glowy. Yeah, I mean it's
called a green human.
yeah, it's called the hairy furbolg. All right.
Whoa. That sounds like something else entirely, but okay.
Because it makes your tongue feel fuzzy after you drink it. Yeah.
Holding.
Yep.
Holding.
Yeah, I've got some stuff going. All right. So yeah. So after some time, Gotrin, a mermaid, kind of like flops her way over to you, and sits in your lap, and sort of like starts caressing your beard. And she says, well, "Hello, sugar." Say, while I typically find dwarves detestable, I've always been curious about them. What's it like being in a dwarf body?
So we can go to the back room and find out.
She says, oh, you're so forward. And she says, as much as I'd like to, I don't think my husband would like that too much.
He repeats himself.
We can go in the back room and find out.
Oh God.
I won't tell if you won't.
She says, maybe if he could watch.
Whoa!
You gotta bring Clancy.
Oh.
Make it a party.
She says,
Yeah.
that shade singer?
He got the magic touch. Let's go.
Magic. Does he know prestidigitation?
He can press your digitation. Let's go.
He says, oh my.
Jesus.
She says, I don't know if I've ever had my digitation pressed.
Oh Lord.
See, my husband's a Mogwai, and well,
Whoa!
Whoa. Wait a minute, that poses an interesting problem there.
Listen, we just had a Cyclops say that he was fucking a fairy.
yeah,
That is true, but that's not what I'm worried about. They're having a Mogwai.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Never mind.
exactly. Exactly.
There's
That means
some
they have a
questions that need
lot of
answering.
kids. Lots.
he says,
Because she's a mermaid. Yeah.
she says, oh no, we drowned the little ones.
Whoa!
Holy fucking shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
she
is
drowns
actually
Yes.
That's dark.
the most terrifying
He says,
thing.
well, if you know anything about Mogwai, you know the ones born from water contact are just the evilest of sorts. Try and kill you in the sleep they do.
Oh.
She says, so we don't allow those to live. It's a hard life being a Mogwai. Yeah, they have different rules. They live in a different life than most of us. Anyways, he does so like to watch. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are game, she escorts you away, fade to black, and then
Oh, yeah. While they're fiddling around, me and the husband are talking shit and playing crap.
So by the time all that's over, perhaps the rest of the group finds you guys in the bar.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we're in the bedroom now, but if they walk in, okay.
All right. 1 second.
What could he be cooking?
I know what he's cooking.
Fairy dust.
Meth.
Sure. That caught me off guard.
Might just be out there making meth. It's gold.
Making stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta check on the machine. So anyways, you guys get in there, and seems like Clancy's having a good time. Seems like Gottrin has recently had a good time, and people just seem to be pretty happy and jovial in there. What are you doing?
I lean over to Clancy and tell him fish chafe.
Yes, I would believe so, with all the scales.
Yeah.
Tell me, where's the vagina located?
I start drawing a picture of mead on the table.
Roll discern realities.
Who?
Gottrin. You're not sure if what you found was that. Yeah.
No, he's sure, but it was wrong.
You put it. You put it somewhere, and she didn't mind.
It was somewhere acceptable.
Yeah. I think the Mogwai might have gotten a little overexcited. Anyways. Yeah. So you guys are in there, and when you reconvene, I assume you all sit down for a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Fiamma's going to hand Clancy the dagger, tell him what it does, and then she's going to hand the ointment to Gotcha and tell him what it does.
Yeah.
I also tell Clancy I owe him 200 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. 205 gold, but yes.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, don't worry. That's the friendly interest rate. Otherwise, it'd be 255 gold.
Oh, well, shit.
Well, technically, Fiamma owes Clancy owes Fiamma. So,
Oh, Clancy would hand over the 200 without batting an eye. He doesn't want to get burned to death.
yeah. While you guys are in there, Melody, can you roll a discern realities for me?
Sure.
Swear to God, if there's still something wrong with you, I'm freezing you.
Oh God. 8.
So you notice at maybe the far end of the tavern, there's a
satyr.
God.
there's a person in a cloak, and they're conversing with someone else. They've kind of got their back to you. But there's definitely a familiarity.
It's that douchebag. I know exactly who.
And
Fucking
so,
Westbrook.
do you approach, or do you?
No,
Just...
no, I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm taking the smart money right now.
Yeah. And would you inform any of the rest of the group that he's here? Or that you suspect that it might be him? Because.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that, but like I'll go ahead and say it's probably not because Melody was using her brain. It's probably because she's being petty and still mad at you.
Yeah.
Just being honest.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and he's over there, talking to a Naga about something. Looks like. So, anyways, yeah. Do any of the rest of you do anything with that information? Do you care about Westbrook at all?
Fiamma's going to get up, walk over there, and just sit down.
Beside him?
In front, towards the side, whatever's open.
Okay. Yeah. So he's pretty intently having his conversation. So perhaps he doesn't notice you right away. Do you just continue to sit there?
Yep.
Okay. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do a little bit of chance here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he notices you. Okay. So yeah, you're not there too long, and he looks over and he says, Fiamma, how's it going?
What are you doing here?
He says, what do you mean?
This is a mighty far way away from where we left you.
He says, well, this is a very Fey-friendly community, as I'm sure you can tell at this point. So, as a place that I am welcome, I often come here to do business. I am a merchant, of course, and there are many magical goods to be bought and sold here. He says, is Melody with you?
I just don't answer the question. I just look at him suspiciously.
He says, I'll take that as a yes. So what are you doing here?
You know, bit of light traveling.
He says, as you say, you are far away from where you normally stop. He says, it can be a dangerous town for some of your party, possibly?
No, I think we're pretty much good on that.
He says, well, good.
Faye, Wolf Boy.
That's good to hear, good to hear. So, have you found the shopping nice, then?
It was quite pleasant. Done some very interesting things.
Ah, yes. He says, you should check out the Colosseum. He says, I know your group likes that sort of thing. Certainly there's some entertainment and possibly fortune to be made in the arena.
Fortune's always nice.
He says, yes, indeed. I might even bet on you.
That would be smart.
He says, have you heard the rumors?
That Bruno Mars is gay, yes.
He says, I know not of any Bruno Mars, but if he's happy, then good for him. He says, no, I mean the rumors about the Minotaur Nation.
Wow, there are several rumors flying about. Which ones are you speaking of in particular?
He says, well, it seems they have a bit of a bug problem.
Entertaining.
He says,
ticks, mites, fleas.
I hear there are large bugs, very destructive, coming forth from the water, destroying their lands. He says, yes, it seems to be quite a pity. And on top of that, I understand the dwarves refuse to help them, and that all trade between the nations have ceased.
Well, the dwarves do have their own problems right now.
He says, yes, well, it sounds as though they've resolved the murder of their prince, or so they say.
Well, you know how they are.
Yes. And there's a food shortage, I understand, as well. A direct result of the trade problems, I believe.
And then, you know, there's us.
He says, yes, well, you do cause trouble wherever you go, don't you? It's quite hilarious.
It's quite wonderful.
He says, yes. He says, are you aware who runs this town, I suppose?
I have a guess that it's whoever's running Impor.
He says, yes. I forget you were in the town of Macriter during the attack. Yes. Yes, it does seem to be the case. And how do you find that?
As long as they don't fuck with what I'm doing, I won't have to kill them.
He says, oh my. Have you ever considered joining their cause?
See about that. I don't think.
Come again?
Oh, sorry. You know, I just have this own thing that I'm doing. Don't have time for petty shit between other people.
Oh, yes. Yes. As I understand, they believe it to be a noble cause, one of retribution and freedom, but that's for them to decide, I suppose. He says, and the others, are they here? And he kind of looks up and looks around the bar, kind of spots the rest of the group off in the distance, and he says, oh, I see them. He says, yes. He says, sorry for the interruption there, Tim. He says to the Naga, and he says, you know what, I think it's best we continue our business sometime later. I need to catch up with some old friends, you see. And Tim just kind of like nods and slithers away. And he says, yes, let's go join the group.
If you think that's a good idea.
He says, oh, yes, of course it is. He says, I've sold them many a fine wares, and they've given me plenty of money. So he saunters over that way. And you guys are, having your drinks or whatever, and he walks over. He says, yes, hello, my friends or acquaintances, or however you'd like to deem yourself. Melody, so glad to see you again.
Hello, Westbrook.
He says, and how is the business with your blood?
It's a clean business.
A clean business?
Yes.
I don't think I take your meaning.
I do believe that my self-struggle has come to an end.
He says, oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. That seems almost unimaginable. How did such a thing come to pass?
Sometimes you just gotta get control of yourself.
He says, interesting. Quite vague, too. I suppose you don't want to regale me with your secrets, but that is fine. They are your secrets to hold. He says, it is a pity. I was hoping to get some more samples, but I will still study those that I have.
I'm assuming that the others hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
The others that had to fight the goo.
Right. Yeah. I mean, does anyone else weigh in on this conversation?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he says, and, oh, I see you still have the dwarf? And he leans in and he says, how did you get him in here?
He's a fae in a dwarf body.
He says,
Wing.
He says, oh, what a delightful tale. And he says, good on you.
Wait, how long's he been in here?
Who?
What's his face?
He's
If
probably,
he was in here long enough to hear Clancy's song.
no, he's probably come in sometime, after the fact. Because you guys, I mean, Gatra went off and made Whoopi for a while, too. So,
Made Whoopi.
so he leans over to you, Gatra, and he says,
With a scale flap.
he says, so how do you find life here on the other side?
The same as it is on the other side.
He says, yes, it is quite similar, isn't it? He says, not so different, are we, the Fae and the dwarves?
Not sometimes.
He says, I mean, you do have your bit with the mud wine, detestable stuff, but, we all have our vices, I suppose.
One day you need to come drinking with me and we'll tell you how it really is.
He says, yes, well, that sounds delightful, but maybe not the mud wine, though.
Don't knock it till you do it with the dwarf.
Yes,
That's
well,
what the mermaid said.
that's what the Fae said once upon a time, and then the dwarves tried to murder us all. So, anyways. Yes, well, where will your travels take you next? Perhaps I could join you. I'm looking for a bit of adventure. He says, I could use an escort. I am heading north, I suppose, into the Minotaur lands. Perhaps your group could take me there.
How much? Sorry. How much?
He says, oh, yes, and it's so good to see you without the giant globe on your head. What a lovely face you have. Clancy, was it?
I'm immediately gonna morph my face.
He's, oh, no, don't do that. Here, you can be yourself. He says, but you asked a question, how much it is? Yes, well, how much would you like, I suppose?
A dangerous trip across the Wilderlands, eh?
Yes, what is your price?
500 gold for everyone in the party.
What he said.
He says, oh, such a sense of humor, Mist. Would not expect that from you. It's always so cold and dark and mysterious.
Well, I look at him seriously and I said, who said I was joking?
He says, yes, well. that is quite the amount of money, one I could not possibly afford. So,
Well, you know, it's a guarantee of perfect safety
he
Is
for
it
says,
though?
everyone that's not us.
he says, yeah, he says, well, perhaps, let's see, what is there? Your group has 6 in it now?
Yeah.
Yes, 6. And let's see, I could do, and he kind of pulls out a bag and he starts rifling through it. He says, yes, I could do 100 gold per person. That's certainly a manageable amount of money for me.
I just defer to Mist on this one.
Paid up front.
He says, well, I would hope to arrive safely. Could we do half now and half when we arrive?
No, up front.
You are quite the hard bargainer.
It is guaranteed that anything between us and the other place will burn.
He says, yes, well, could we do 80% down and the other 20% when we arrive?
I just look at everybody. I'm like, everyone okay with that?
Sure. Hate it here.
He says,
Deals struck.
yes. He says, you know, I could increase the fee even more if you were willing to enter the arena as my champions.
Champion this.
Fiamma perks up and says, how much more?
He says, yes, well, it depends on the bets, of course. But we could be looking at anywhere upwards to an additional 200 golds per person.
I will take just the 100, thank you.
Yes, well then.
Fiamma's in, Lance is in.
Oh, good. Yes. Would anyone else like to participate in the arena
No.
bets?
I immediately have to go because I owe Clancy money. So unfortunately, I am in as well.
He says, and what of you, Dwarf Barty? Entering you into the contest would certainly give us a perceived handicap. We could stand to earn much more with you in.
I nod. Sounds fun.
He says, oh, excellent. Yes, what a great time we will have. Yes,
I'll never borrow money again.
yes. I think we will. Tomorrow, in fact, is Sunday, and Sunday is the day of the biggest battles. So we could do it then, and then be on our way just after.
I put my hand out and I'm like, pay me now.
He says, "Of course, of course," and he pulls out, starts counting out like gold coins, and he counts out like 80 per person, and so he has 6 stacks of 80, and he says, "Yes, there's your down payment right there."
Here you go, Clancy.
Now you only owe 145.
Yeah.
I do say, have you gotten yourself in a pickle with this?
You shut up.
Yes, well, okay then.
Thank
Yes. I can see that you're upset about it. I won't question you any further. And Melody, I do sense a bit of annoyance from you. Yes. Is
I died and had to be resurrected. That's all you have to know.
yes. Well, I understand that can be quite traumatic. Would you like to talk about it?
No.
No. Okay. Well then. Yes, you might seek counsel, not with me necessarily, but with someone, so that you do not. One would not like to live such a sad life.
Oh my God, is he suggesting fucking therapy?
Yes.
He's our payday, otherwise I would hurt him.
Yeah. He says, yes, well. I think I'll retire for the evening. I do have some additional business to attend to tonight. And,
I wish you would retire eternally.
He says, "Yes, well," and then he sort of leans over to Mist, because he's known Mist just as long as any of the others, and he says, "Yes, is she going to be like this the whole trip?"
No, man. I bet you could soften her up. Just sit next to her and talk to her how sweet, and I'm
Fiona
sure
leans in and
she'll
says,
warm right
"Called
up.
pretty."
He says, "Yes, well, we'll see what happens, I suppose."
Ask her about her OnlyFans.
But that's a different character.
I know, but it exists in this world.
He says, "Oh no, yes, well, yes, OnlyFans it's I support the movement, but it's not for me." He says, "Yes, those fawn folk have yes, well, there are lots of people who are into that sort of thing, I suppose. At any rate, yes, I have to go see a man about some rings of power. Anyways, I will talk to you later."
The fuck?
I hope
I'm
this
not the
version of those
smartest.
things
As he
is
said
around.
that, I was like, I hear that those are discount versions of Rings of Power. Just
Don't
saying.
tell him.
He says, "Oh no, yes, well, I'll have to go find myself. Perhaps there'll be some good reviews to help me make my decision."
There always is.
That was my stupidity, thinking he was smarter than that. I was catfished.
Wait a minute. I just gave you 80.
Oh, Grace trying to math.
Clancy, I'm not the smartest, but you said 205, and I'm pretty sure that's 25.
His brain's got to be hurting right now.
He says, "Oh
It's-
yes, before I leave,
It's 125.
Melody and Mist, will you be joining me in the audience to view the
I absolutely will. There's popcorn, right? Last time there was popcorn.
He says, "Yes, they do have they have popcorn here. In fact, you should try. They have a delicacy that is unlike anywhere else. They have weightless popcorn. It floats in the air."
What the fuck?
Yes.
Fantastic.
What in the Willy Wonka?
In response, Clancy's like, "Whoops. Well, must have done the math wrong."
He says, yes. Well,
I'll give you 130. I'm sorry.
if
We'll
you
just do that.
if you would all meet me at daylight at the Coliseum entrance, we'll get you registered and signed right up.
All right,
He says-
sounds good.
I will see you in the morning." Yes. And then
Even though he's probably going to make thousands of gold more off of us.
and as he's walking away, he sort of like waves his hand in the air, and the succubus walks up to him, and there's like an interaction, and he kind of waves his hand loftily, and then she like runs off, and then he retreats up the stairs into one of the rooms, and then that's sort of like the end of his transaction with you guys. You guys are still in the inn. It's getting later at night. This is
You guys want to rob him now?
Yes.
Sorry.
No.
No, I know you want to rob him.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are left there in the bar, and you've got plans to meet him in the arena the next morning. Is there anything you want to do else while you're in the bar? Or is there any like other patrons you want to talk to? You want to ask any questions of anyone while you're in here? I mean, do you have questions about the arena? Because you didn't ask about any of that stuff. Do you ask questions about the town?
Yeah, probably should ask questions about the arena. At least we're not
Clancy's gonna
death
ask who
battle.
the current champion is.
So yeah, I mean, do you flag just a patron, or do you look for a waitress, or who are you talking to?
Oh, definitely waitstaff. They
Yeah.
were here for my songs. So they might like them.
Yeah. Okay. So you see a couple of waiter / waitresses buzzing about. There is you see a male tabaxi, a male cat person walking about. He's got like a vest on, and he's got like a tray he's carrying around. And then you also see one of the shroomants, the sentient shroom people walking around, and maybe female, but it's hard to tell with them. Genders, they're a little androgynous. Then there is a Naga waitress running around as well. Which one of those do you look for? Which one do you look for?
Definitely the Naga.
Okay. So who waves her down?
Clancy jumps up and down excited.
So yeah, she slithers over and she says, "Yes, honey. What can I do for you?"
Wow, I didn't expect a Naga to be a redneck.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
It's pronounced Naga. All right.
Whoa, it's getting a little close there, miss.
She says, "What can I do you for? You need a drink? You need a refill? You guys doing good over here?"
A little information would be nice.
Information about what, honey?
Why, the Coliseum, of course, silly.
Oh yes, the Coliseum. Everyone here loves the Coliseum. It's so great.
Tell me, who's the champion around now?
The current champion. Well, let's see. It does rotate from time to time, but I think the last couple of weeks there's this feller. His name is Fire Fist Ace.
Oh, dear God.
He likes to use the fire magic. Yeah, I think he's the current champion right now.
Well, I'm going to turn to you. I'm going to be like, this will be easy.
Yes. Well, anything else I can help you with? Can I get you some more? What you drinking there? Are you drinking the bugbear juice? Or was it
Anyone
furball
else have
juice?
any questions?
Furball? I don't remember. He says, "Okay, well then."
I actually think I will also have a glowing beverage.
Yes, of course. We get you set right up. What about the rest of you?
Mind you, Melody doesn't drink, so this should be interesting.
Yeah.
What do these arenas entail? What does this Coliseum entail? What are these death battles?
It depends on what day you're going on. Let's see.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow on Sunday? Oh, yes, Sunday's a great day. Yes. So the first bouts will be against some monsters. You can weed out the weaklings. And if the people that win against the monsters, they go on to the group battles. Then after the group battles, we have a final battle at the end of the day. Tournaments are, it's at will, so it can be to the death or tap out. People do both. Most people tap out. Sometimes a contestant will get carried away, kill another contestant, but and the crowd really loves it. It's not for me, but it happens sometimes. Some people just go for the deaths. You know how it is.
NASCAR.
Yeah, I don't know what a NASCAR is. Is that an animal?
Well, that was more out of character, but
Is it one that goes really fast? Sounds like the kind of animal that chases its own tail.
It derivated from dwarves running moonshine.
Oh.
Moonshine.
that makes a lot of sense.
She says
that
dwarves, and then she
explains
spits.
everything.
She spits. Dirty, grubby dwarves. It must be awful being stuck in that body.
I was about to say, this poor guy got stuck in a body. Be nice.
He says, I know. I hate it for you. So
Mermaids like it.
I have to ask you a question there, Mr. Dwarf, not a dwarf. So when you're in the dwarf body, do you have your own taste buds or do you have the dwarf's taste buds?
I have the dwarf's taste buds.
Oh, that's so terrible. Oh, does that mean you crave like mud and dirt and stuff?
All the time.
Oh, I pity you. You know what? Listen, we got this convoy of dwarves that came through one time, and bless their souls, they all got murdered. It's what happens when you're a dwarf in a fey town. But they had a whole stockpile of this wine with dirt in it or something, and nobody here drank it. So, we just kind of threw it in the back closet. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Oh yeah, bring it out.
He says, "Yeah, you can just have it, because ain't ain't nobody here gonna drink it. And she like says, I'll be right back there with you, for you. And she goes back and she brings back a bottle of like mud wine. She says, here you go. Yeah, do what you want with it. I mean, you know,
Put it in my pack.
we thought, you know, because it's alcohol, we could clean with it, but it just leaves everything muddier than we tried to clean it with before. So it's doesn't even work as a solvent, you know. It's
That's great.
God only knows what it does to your insides. Guess you don't care. It's not your insides.
That's true.
Amen to that.
She says, you drink up, my honey. Anyways, anybody else need anything? You doing good? Did the man in the cloak fall asleep?
No, we did not.
She says, oh well then. I guess you guys have a good night then, and I'll come back by if you need anything. And she leaves. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have anything else, we can close there and open up tomorrow or next week with the Coliseum battles and whatnot.
I get hallucinogen drunk. It's fine.
Yeah, roll a Constitution.
Okay. What was my calling? Hold on. You think by this time I'd have it memorized?
It's still very surprising nobody asked him about.
Oh no!
Taking her before, well, I know what Westbrook's getting tonight.
I do feel like you drunkenly knock on Westbrook's door, or well, actually, you drunkenly search for Westbrook, but you can't find him. Yeah, and then perhaps you end up crying in the hallway.
just like muttering, "You used me."
Yeah, and who finds Melody and picks her up off the floor?
I see her and I go, nope.
That makes so much sense. Yeah, it's fine.
Fiamma also walks by her.
Oh no!
It's okay.
I think it would be better if Westbrook found her
No.
outside his door.
Well, she can't find his door. She was looking for him.
Clancy puts a blanket over top of her and also leaves her.
Cool. Yeah. So I will pause it. We'll go ahead and do this. Sometime early the next morning, Melody, as you're just like finally passed out in the floor with a blanket over you at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Tabaxi male attendant is walking by you in the hallway, and he says, ma'am,
Oh,
could you get on the floor, please? Ma'am?
I don't even know. Am I coherent enough to move?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of like you got a banger of a headache, and you're just kind of waking up.
Yeah, I go.
He says, yeah, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, you can't sleep here.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, okay. I just making sure you know, cause.
Yeah, yes, I am
yeah,
well informed.
Okay. Yeah. Look.
Oh my God.
Listen. Do you need anything? We can get you some sort of herbs or something. We don't want you being sick all over the room.
Yes, please.
Okay. What is your room?
Did you get a room?
Yeah.
He says, okay, you give me a room number, whatever. And he's like,
Yeah, we'll have that sent right up, okay?
All right.
Okay. Yes, you have a good day, ma'am. Drink responsibly.
I like that voice.
I was about to say, is he Kermit or is he slow? Or both?
You know what? We're hiring him. He gets to follow us for the rest of this adventure.
I know.
Have fun.
Great.
He
We
says,
do not hire the Tabaxi. He is disrespectful.
Yeah, but then we also have to force Mike to use that voice because I will talk
That's
to him
true.
all the time.
And he just walks away. And he's just sort of wondering himself. Says,
I don't know why she's so angry. He's sitting on the floor, and I wasn't the one on the floor. She's the one on the floor.
Oh my
So,
God.
He said, I just do my job. I don't get paid enough for this.
No, probably not.
Clancy's sprinting behind him. 200 gold to follow us forever.
He says, I can't leave my sweet Maybelle. What you talking about following you?
300 Branger.
Is what I can't because she's a mud demon. She's tied to this land.
That's
You're surrounded by sand.
Yeah, we have a little mud pit in our home, and that's where she lives. She can't leave. She's housebound. Yeah. Mhm.
Like she's gonna walk away, kicking his feet and looking dejected.
I said, that's okay. Maybe I'll see you again someday. You come? Are you staying here long?
I will come visit you
Oh, good.
all the time.
Good. I'll be here. Yeah. Anyways, bye bye. Bye bye. Goodbye. Have. It's a good day. Bye.
Oh my God, no! I don't want this campaign to be that voice all the time.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, we'll open up next time with the all the arena stuff, and that'll be it.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good decision to come into this town.
Yeah. Like I said, you could have come in or not come in. I'm glad you did, because you're hanging out with all the Fae people and you get a glimpse into the Fae kingdom. All sorts of fun questions you could have asked. Still could, I guess, because you don't know who runs the place or what the government is here or why they chose here, any of that kind of stuff. So, anyways, we'll close the stream. Bye, stream. Have a nice night. Thanks, Brazil. Love you. You're the best.
Always thanks, Brazil.
Yep.